On this episode, Hope's End, we try to harness the power of the sun, the boat gets turned inside out, and I get topless for Victron.
Hi, I'm Becca.
And I'm John.
This is Luna.
And this is Hope's End. Battery status update. We got Victron. I want to change everything over to Victron anyways, but that battery charger will charge our battery. Now, there's been some recent developments in our other bank of battery that we kind of mentioned earlier is over in the settee. I'm not going to show you that because it's very dark over there. It's kind of late. That bank of batteries comes in via red wire and goes to this switch. It says it's anchor wire, but it's not. It goes to the house. So in a roundabout way, that's coming into here and jumping over to our house bank. Very ugly, very not done the right way. If we turn that on, we're technically now running the house bank off of that set of batteries and not this one. And because of that, we can probably run the charger from the inverter charger, flip this switch on, flip another switch on, and it'll technically go roundabout into this battery. Not right, not good. It's kind of at that point, one charger's charging a multitude of batteries all at the same rate. Not good. So we're going to put this battery charger onto here, and that way this one's charging on its own separately and go from there. There's a lot more to learn, a lot more to figure out. Sorry if this is very boring, but we're just gonna install this Victron battery monitor. Correction, not a battery monitor, battery charger. It does not come pre-wired, but it does come pre-wired in the sense with the plug. So you just have to provide your cables to and from the batteries. Now I did some digging and found this old smart battery isolator, which had some nice Anchor marine grade 8-gauge wire. This is a 20 amp charger, but it does have a 30 amp fuse already installed, like blade fuse from the factory. So technically, I think a 12 gauge wire would work. I have 12 gauge. 12 gauge is good for 20 amps, but really you should probably use a 10 gauge wire, which I don't have. I only have like one tiny little piece of 10 gauge left from other projects, but I found that's 8 gauge wire, so I'm going to use that. This Victron battery monitor has 3 outputs. I got 3 outputs by mistake. I really only need 1, but I can probably use this in the future for other batteries if we add another battery onto this. We are running off of lithium, and it is bulk charging. The app to these guys are just there's nothing that compares. At least in my opinion, the Victron is awesome in regards to their Bluetooth capability and their apps on their phone. You can see every little bit of what's going on with these guys. So it is going good. Our generator, you can probably hear right now, is running. It is charging it. Probably not that quickly, but it is charging it. So at least we have one more means to charge this guy. And we have solar hooked up to this battery as well, and we are getting more solar panels on the way. Hopefully we're just trying to get enough power for our refrigerator to keep going so we can stop buying bags of ice, because during the day it'll run just fine off of solar and battery, but we're not generating enough solar to keep the batteries charged as well.
I'm just excited we maybe have power for our refrigerator. We have power, just not for our refrigerator. Not enough.
And we have learned very quickly that we don't like the generator running because it's very loud. We're tired.
Yeah.
We gotta clean up our bee birth area. I don't know if you can. Oh, there we go. You can see the rest of this. It is a mess because there. And if you're wondering, I do have pants on. I'm not just standing here doing bow work in the nude. In the buff. I can, but that would be a whole different account. So.
Oh my god, we're getting sleepy.
Time for bed.
Well, time to clean up and then time for bed.
All right, goodbye, guys. Keep you updated tomorrow.
It is solar panel day! Woo! Finally gonna have a little bit more energy. Not really enough for what we need to do. I also say day, it is like 6 o'clock at night. We just got done working a full day, and so we only have time to do stuff in the evenings, but we are, there's a plane going over. We are installing 2 new panels. We already have 2 panels on our canvas. We got 2 new flexible solar panels, 100 watts each. We have 100 watts currently on our bimini right above us here. They are here and here. We will show you more information or show you that above when we start installing the other 2. So we have the 2 100 watt panels that we bought that we're going to install this evening. Also, I would just like to recognize that there's some type of sailboat race going on. They're old sailboats. I don't know what type of sailboats they are. You can't see them from here, but they're really cool. Also, the houses here are beautiful. John just finished disconnecting the 2 solar panels that already exist because they said to not, what did they say again?
All the connectors said to not disconnect under load, which means they were under load because they were hooked up to the solar charge controller. So I just disconnected the main wire from our solar charge controller, so now we can start unplugging them. Or you can just, I don't know, sometimes you can just put a blanket over top of them and...
But what happened last time we put something over them?
Oh yeah, the last time we put something over them, they blew away.
So we're not doing that again.
Our canvas is typically not this low. It's literally right here. John already dropped it earlier. We are able to drop our canvas because it is just a like oval square structure. It doesn't have any side structures. It's just part of the Beneteau Cyclades series that they did for the charters. If you think about it, it actually makes a lot more sense for a charter because it's just one piece of square-ish canvas rather than having to deal with all the structure stuff. So that's an interesting part. You literally just have to loosen up these fasteners that are tied to the backstay, and you're able to drop the whole canvas or remove it. We needed to drop the canvas in order to be able to reach on the top for the solar panels. So this is our current solar panel situation. We have 2 flexible solar panels already up here on top of our bimini. They are 100 watts each, and then these are our windows to look through for while we're sailing. You probably saw them down below. They were like the zipper portion of the underneath canvas. I'm sorry, Luna's licking my feet. What are you doing? And then up there is where we plan to put the other 2. This is also slightly terrifying standing up here like this. This is our current situation of standing, and I'm literally leaning partially back, and so I feel like I'm gonna fall in the water. It's kind of terrifying. What are you up to?
Trying to figure out how to wire these. I mean, I know how to wire them. It's just making sure I do it right and I don't wire it backwards or blow something up. Either do it in series or parallel, or series and parallel.
And we want to do it in series, right?
Correct. We want to do it in series. There's a bunch of different ways. I'm not going to get into it because I don't quite know all of the reasons. I've kind of researched all of them, but not enough to like repeat it back. But the general consensus is everybody likes series when it comes to boats or RVs. Now, when you're in a big open field and you have stationary panels for, I guess, home use, you'd probably want to do parallel, but I think series is the way to go for us. You might not be able to see it here, but I found this handy dandy chart that goes through all the maths. If I can remember what this website was, I don't know. It was a blog post, but they went into depth, and I get nothing out of representing them. I just found them, and it was a really awesome article that went through like all the maths and reasons for why they did it. And I think they were like RVers or van campers, one of the two. Either way, you're awesome, thank you. What we need to do is we're gonna have one branch come, or one negative and one positive come off of our solar charge controller, and then it's just gonna daisy chain negative, positive through all of our solar panels. The problem is ours aren't all directly in a ducks in a row. We have like 2 in a row and then mirrored 2 in a row. So I got to figure out how to and come back.
I would just like to clarify that that is a lot smaller than I thought it was, and it is nowhere going to get near the boom. I was like, the boom might shade it. I don't think the boom's gonna shade it.
It could with the sun coming down this way, but it's not too much of a worry. It's gonna be better than what we have. This isn't the most ideal setup we want to have long term, because we're gonna do something a lot different with this whole thing to get a little bit more structurally sound, but until then, this will get us a little bit more juice to keep us going.
I won't even say that it's temporary. It's more of like short term. It's not what we want in the long term. We want to upgrade in the long term, but it's not necessarily temporary because we're going to have it for a while. So more like short term.
How we're attaching these for the time being, the less intrusive method was neodymium magnet. They're very strong magnets. I already kind of put them up on our other solar panels that were already existing. The original solar panels that were already there had some additional tabbing sewn into the canvas that allowed it to be zip tied to the canvas. We don't have that, and we need to install these real quick. So temporary solution is these very strong magnets. Once we put the solar panel up there and in the middle of this big old giant canopy, we're not gonna be able to get to the solar panels to plop a magnet on top of them. So what we did is use some marine silicone, which never wanna use on a boat unless you actually have to. In this case, it's fine. You could use double-sided tape. We didn't have double-sided tape, but we had some marine silicone that we were using for fixing a couple of our interior lights. The nice thing about silicone is you can remove it. Just don't want to use it sparingly on anything that you ever want to paint in the future.
You have to state with a caveat of how you feel about silicone really quick.
We looked at a Golf Star before we bought this boat. Is a 50-foot 1980s Golf Star, and it had about 30 gallons of silicone around everything. And silicone's good until it goes bad, and then it's a nightmare because it's hard to get off. You can't get it off. You can use acetone. You can't really sand it because then the silicone particles go everywhere. And if you ever try to paint anything, it's just a nightmare. Trust me, I was a go-to silicone person in construction, and it just does not belong on a boat unless you absolutely have to. And then you're just screwing yourself in the future.
So suffice to say, we do not use silicone in very many situations. We use it very sparingly. This is one of those situations in which you can get away with silicone.
Yes.
That we're okay with using it. Maybe it doesn't fit for everybody, but in our situation, we're fine.
The silicone, even though it's not dry yet, it's tacky enough where the magnets aren't going to fall off when we maneuver this panel on top of this thing. And then we can come back underneath and plop the magnets in where they end up, and we don't have to worry about these sliding loosey-goosey all over the place and falling off into the ocean.
2 steps from the edge, moving closer. In the deep lies the pond of disclosure. With tears in my eyes, I hold on to the fire inside. I'm getting close to the side where I can see what's behind. Oh, with tears in my eyes, I hold on to the fire inside. I'm getting close to the side where I can see what's behind. Oh, the shroud of my eyes.
Oh wait, come back up here. You're good.
The wind took it. I'm already doing this. I can't come back.
It's okay.
Woo! I almost lost my lunch on that one. These aren't the most expensive solar panels. Actually, they're the cheapest solar panels, but still, they're still money. All right, so when that goes there, you push that, it's not gonna bind that. And we'll just put it that way. That, and this needs to go to that guy, but it's way over there.
What if we had like one of the reacher grabber things?
A reacher, the claws.
Yeah.
Oh, this is sketch. Ooh.
Are you good? Please, we should have made sure that was locked in place first.
I did already.
Okay, okay.
Make ballerina toast. The only problem is this is a very long wire.
John's mom, don't look at what I just videoed.
Now we gotta like shuffle these this way. I don't know how we're gonna secure the wires, but that's a different problem. Okay, I'm up. Shimmy, 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 shake over here.
I need like a, oh my God, you okay?
Okay.
Does that piece of blue tape mark where the bimini usually is?
Yes. That's how much we lowered it so we could reach up here, because if not, there's no way we'd ever be able to do this.
Baby, don't stop. I'm falling even faster now. Beneath the North Star, all things that glow in the dark. 2 steps from the edge, moving closer. In the deep lies the pond of disclosure.
So we got these Ralph magnets. Woo.
I thought they said not to drop.
Careful putting these around your compass or any sensitive equipment. The whole package, when we got back on the boat, I was walking through the companionway and both of our compasses went bling as I walked by.
Do you think it's gonna be an issue with having them above them?
No, because they're individually, they're spread out. It may have a minute effect. Either way, we don't rely on them too heavy in terms of like super
true.
course bearing, and we're just coastal cruisers. We're not doing any ocean passages that 1 point something degree is going to make or break 20 nautical miles. So I think we're gonna be okay.
In the middle of a race.
You want to do the first honors?
Now it's a game of search.
You ready? Oh, I feel it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Another one should be right about. Oh! It just gets sucked out of your hands.
Oh. I'm stuck back together.
Can't say that word.
Is it shoot? I have somewhere around there.
You're right there.
Oh.
There it is.
I feel the pull. It's like lifting off my hand. There we go.
Let me see this real quick. All this silicone from the pressure of the magnets just right out of there. It's like whoop. It's like Play-Doh factory oozed out of there.
Don't mind the state of the boat once again for like the third time this week, I think. However many times since we've been on the boat, we've had to access this. Now that we're here in this battery bank, we already installed a battery charger for this battery. That is only a 20 amp charger. So we're actually going to return that charger, and we have already purchased and are expecting a 30 amp charger. So we'll be in the 30 amp charger soon so that we can charge that battery faster. So we'll have to get into this yet again. The 30 amp charger comes on Monday, and it's now Thursday. So that's next week's problem. For now, we are in this battery bank to do the new solar panels and to hook up a battery monitor. Another Victron battery monitor. What are you doing?
I just reinstalled the positive to the solar, and hopefully, if everything was wired correctly, we should have solar.
We are losing daylight, obviously. It is getting dark inside our boat. It still looks light outside because cameras are weird, and I guess, I don't know. We just tried to verify that the solar panels will work. We're pretty sure that they'll work. Unfortunately, the sun already set, so we can't verify 100% that the solar panels are going to work. But what I will say is that on our Renogy battery charger, it does say that it is charging. That being red means that it's both charging. So, fingers crossed, we'll find out more tomorrow.
On the next episode of Hopes and
We buy new stuff because I broke old stuff. Becca and Luna contemplate murder, and I lube up a shaft.
Are you videoing my butt?
No, I videoed.
Does my butt look good in these pants?
I videoed you.